international program, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yes, nice. Kira, maybe you can also give us a little bit information about yourself. Where do you live, and what have you done, or what are you doing now? Now, are you at high school or secondary school? You can share in chat. So I think it's interesting for us to have an idea of where you are at this moment. Slovakia. Oh, that's nice.
I think there's someone from Slovakia in my class as well. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, cool.
And it's either Sarah or Katarina.
Interesting. Yeah, we have in tourism management program, we have students from Moldavia and from Ukraine. Well, actually, this year, really international classrooms. So this is really nice because in international classrooms, I think Eileen and Melle, you can speak from experience. It is really interesting to share different cultures and point of views, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah, I can also
Um,
not imagine doing the course in a non-international setting. I think it's the best way to do it.
that's cool to hear. Okay, Kira, we are planning to give you some general information on both programs and to show you how the years are looking. And please feel free to ask questions. If you would like to, we can also ask you to put your camera on and your microphone so we can have a discussion because it's only four of us. If you're more comfortable with sending us chat questions, then feel free. Okay, Melle, shall we start with your program?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay.
Um, so, like mentioned, whoa, this is fast. Okay. Yeah, like mentioned, I'm studying hotel management, and it's basically all about not just about working in hotels, but also how do you function within a business or within a company. Um, so we get a lot of entrepreneurship as well. So it's marketing, it's HRM, human resources, but also very hotel focused. So it's about hospitalities, but how do you act towards people? How do you work in the team? We have a lot of teamwork in a lot of group work, which is very fun. We have, I think, so far I've had two written tests, and the rest have all been projects. So we have organized events for one of our main modules, which is event management, which was also very fun. And yeah, basically just it's a combination of being hospitable as well as working within a business. So things like organizational behavior, where you learn corporate structures, also come to mind. It's just it's a lot of fun and it's very diverse. So there's a lot of different ways you can go for it.
Thank you, Melle. And well, in this study program, you see that our education lasts for 4 years. And Melle, correct me if I'm wrong. In the first year, you really lay the foundation, you learn the basic terminology, and you get to know the business in hotel management, right? And as you have said, marketing, event organization, different courses are helping to do so. And next to it, you follow business English and one of the other foreign languages, right? And we will give you some information on foreign languages a little bit later, Kira. Um, in our programs, and this is something that we both of our programs do, we have the operational internship, smart solution semester, and a minor semester. So this, and of course the young professional semester, which is your major, well, masterpiece to round off your education. So actually, you can say that the 2 years of our programs look pretty the same. Operational internship is actually in the second year where students most of the time choose to go abroad to do their internship in one of the countries that we offer.
What normal days look like? It depends on what quarter and what courses you are following. So especially in first year, you're still very much focused on, like we just said, laying the groundwork. So you have a lot of classes. So a lot of the time you will start at, yeah, the earliest is 8:30 in the morning. doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, it's between that and around 10, and then you have class until like 1 or 2, and after and apart from just your classes, you get a lot of time to work in your groups because for event management, you get split up into a group of like 5, 6 ish people, and you need a lot of time to organize meetings, talk about what you want to do for the event, and stuff like that. So it's split up into the classes, which is around half, I would say, of your time that you'll be spending on school, and the other half is just working with your groups, working by yourself on different projects. um, and then once you get to, well, you see the operational internship for second year. That is where you'll be spending 6 months either abroad, but for you, since you're from Slovakia, it's also possible for you to do your internship in the Netherlands. And then you'll just be working full time in a hospitality related business. Most of the time it's a hotel, but I've also heard of people that are doing working at tour guide officers, that are working at booking.com, for instance. There's a broad spectrum of things that you can do. And right now in third year, for me, I'm in smart solutions semester, which means that I only have one class to follow in the entire week, which is on Wednesday, and the rest of the time, which is around 30 hours a week, I spend on the smart solutions semester, which you work with different education, different courses from Saxion towards a problem with a client or a company. So that's basically the day-to-day routine.
Yes, thank you, Melle. And Saxion gives a promise to students that they only schedule 4 days in a week, which means that randomly you will be off one day, which is really nice because you can work on your projects or do your side job. Really interesting thing to hotel management is that there is an opportunity to choose a direction in a second year. As you see the program here, that's the regular program, but it is also possible to make a choice in your first year for a 60 study points program, which is mainly focused on wellness industry. So from second year on, you will have a little bit different program than we have presented here, which is focused on the wellness tourism and wellness industry, which is a really popular and well upcoming trend in the hospitality industry, and it helps you to specialize in that perspective. It is your free choice. So in the first year, at certain points, you will be asked whether you are following a regular program of hotel management or are you doing the wellness track. So it's something that is going to take place at the end of first year, that you have to make the choice. Do you have any questions, Kira, about the study program of hotel management, or can we continue to the next slide? What is important to be good in field?
In
Melle?
the hospitality field, I would say it is a combination of social skills, so being enthusiastic, wanting to work in a team, but also just being, I mean, kind of structured. But I'm also not structured. I'm doing very well in my studies, so I wouldn't say that is a necessity. It is nice to have. I would say that. I think the most prominent thing is just being hospitable to each other, being social, being able to work in groups. That's to me that is the most important thing. But I think there's also teachers that would say that organizational skills are very welcome, even
Yeah,
though.
especially in the hotel. Well, actually, for both studies and tourism management and hotel management, Eileen, maybe you can also talk from your own perspective. I would say hospitality mindset and really willing to help other people and make them feel at home is, I think, the one thing that unites all our students and characterizes all our students. And of course, some organizational skills and maybe also some creative skills, because at the end, this is a really nice business and there are a lot of opportunities. Eileen, how do you experience it?
Pretty much the same as Melle said. I mean, there's not much to add, I would say, but yeah, I just wanted to underline the fact that we do a lot of group work. So also being able to adapt to other people's working styles and being respectful with each other. Obviously, that's also part of being hospitable. But yeah, you really have to be able to adapt yourself to different situations per project and regarding the people that you work with.
Yeah, and also because you work in a group a lot of the time, and a lot of the time you're also allowed to make the groups yourself with different classmates. It's very important that you also know your own skills, so know what you're good at. For instance, if they need presentation skills, I'm always the one to volunteer. But then I also always say, okay, organizationally, I might not be the strongest, so can I please have someone with me that can bring some structure to the
Yeah,
team? And then you adapt to each other basically, and you can learn from each other that way as well.
great. Kira, may I ask you, are you interested in mainly a hotel management study, or are you interested to hear also about tourism management?
What is the biggest challenge in? Oh, that's actually a good one.
More hotel management. Oh, that's good, Kira, to know. Then we're obviously not going to tell you a lot
Sorry,
about tourism management. We will just share the program, and that's
I
it.
I will say the two courses are quite similar.
Yeah.
Um, but I think what is the biggest challenge in this first year? I think in first year, what most of I'm now also speaking from the experience of my classmates and what we talked about with each other is the biggest challenge, at least in terms of your subjects or your modules, will be event management because it is a lot of do it yourself. So the teacher kind of like you go and you do your thing, have fun, which is good because you learn a lot from that, and but it can feel kind of overwhelming at first. But then you do it again in second year, like, oh my God, I learned so much last year, and then you just fly through it, and it's the most fun subject you'll ever have in your life. So it's a challenging experience, but it is very, yeah, you learn a lot from it. You learn a lot. So I think that
And
was my biggest challenge in first year, just adapting to doing a lot yourself.
yeah, I think that's maybe the biggest thing is that there is less structure than you will be used to have in high school, and nobody obliges you to go to school or to be in classes. So you really have to manage your own time. Eileen, maybe you can tell something about how that works in first year because, yeah, in that perspective, you have to manage yourself.
Yes, pretty much. I mean, in many classes, at least from tourism perspective, I'm guessing it's similar for hotel management. You are expected to be there, of course, for all classes, and then also for group work afterwards that you schedule yourself, but you're still expected to be there. But I was also going to say, since Kira, you're from Slovakia, you would obviously be an international student. And so also in combination to like managing your own time, maybe the system in Slovakia is also again different to what it looks like in the Netherlands, and then you're also adjusting to moving to a different country, adjusting to what it looks like here. I can relate to that quite a bit, even though Slovakia is further away than Germany is to the Netherlands, but it's still a change. So yeah, just adjusting to your new environment, and then obviously adjusting to the system of the school, what is expected from you, and then yeah, my tip is always just be there as often as you can, really.
I'm sorry, Kira. What do you mean with prax? Prax?
Maybe practical.
Ah,
Sorry.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there are three internships, but one of them is kind of a Mickey Mouse internship. It is in the first one is in first year, and it's for World of Hospitality Management. It's in the third quarter, I think. So it's from February until what is it? April, something like that. And that is 15 days where you kind of get like a first whiff, a first taste of what the hospitality industry is like. So you can do, you work in a hotel, in a restaurant, for instance. But that one is kind of, it's, it is what it is. It is 15 days. It's not that much. It's 2 working weeks or 3 working weeks. And then from second year, you get your first full internship, which is in the second semester. So from February until July. And that is your operational internship. Um, that's the big one. It's between 4.5 and 6 months long, depending on what you agree with, what you agree on with the company. I spent 6 months in Rome, which was, I think, most probably the best time of my life, highlight of my life, second only after my birth. And but for you, you can also, you don't have to go abroad because you are already studying abroad by coming to the Netherlands. So you can also do it in the Netherlands. Saxion will help you find an internship placement. So you just get into contact with a company that Saxion has connections with, and then from there you find yourself an internship place. That's been very fun, and that is the half of your second year. Then in fourth year, you will also have your minor, which can be a management internship. It can also be a study abroad, but it can also be a minor. I've not reached that point yet, so maybe Aline, you can tell me something more about that.
Yes, well, for tourism management, it is now in the third year, the second
Oh,
semester of the third year, the minor or management internship. Um, and yeah, it's basically, well, I've done a management internship, and it's basically the same process again. You can either stay in the Netherlands, especially if you've been abroad for the first internship, or go abroad again. And you have again the same contact person per country, or account is what we call it, where some countries are combined, where you can go. The account manager who can provide you with companies, or also for the second internship, if you choose to do an internship, very often you can also look for yourself. Of course, that is more risky and not always recommended based on the country, but it is a possibility. So yeah, it's there are different projects during the internship that are more complex than in the first one, like assignments from school, from Saxion. But other than that, it's still quite operational. You're meant to have like a higher position, but that's not always the case. It always depends again on the country and company. But yeah, it's still a very valuable experience.
For example, Kira, I am an account manager of travel and technology account, which is an account more related to tourism management study. Students that do an internship via me, they come to tour operators, travel agents, and one of hotel management students is now in my account to do her internship at a tour operator. So even there are possibilities to experience more fields from the hospitality industry, and for example, not only stick to hotel industry or leisure parks, but for example, do your internship in the tourism industry. And how does an account management look like? We have a lot of connections abroad or in the Netherlands of different companies with whom we have already an experience placing students there. The companies know what your assignments are and what to expect from our students. So most of the time you will come at a nice place to do your internship. And they are mandatory, so you have to do your internship or a minor semester. Do you have any other questions? Really good. So you have no extra questions for now, but maybe we can go to the next slides to show you what future perspectives there are if you follow hotel management. Melle, could you go to the next slide?
Oh yeah, wait, that's me,
Thank
right?
you. Yes,
Cool.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, these are all kind of it kind of shows how broad the course is and how many things you can do. There's one red herring here, which is of course everything has to do with people. So you're always talking to people. If you like social situations, then this is the thing for you. But you can see it goes from hotels, but you can also go into healthcare. You see different financial shows like banks, but event agencies, recreation stuff like that. So it reflects the half entrepreneurship, half hospitality related nature of the course. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. You don't have to work in a hotel after studying hotel management. There's so many different things that you can do. Oh, I don't even know if I want to end up in a hotel. I liked it so far, but who knows? There's so many things you can do, which I think is also the most prominent appeal of this course.
Yeah, if you ask yourself, is hotel management something for me or working in hospitality related businesses, then yeah, obviously we say our students are the ones who are they are really social, and you see that also the atmosphere in classes. People are really easygoing and love to interact. They're open minded. They love to travel. Students that follow our programs are well creative students, sensitive for other people's needs and wishes, and they really enjoy seeing the output of their work. Melle and Eileen, correct me if I'm wrong. So if your client is happy, then it makes your day. Um, and of course, some organizational skills, because when you're going to end up in event company or hotel, for example, doing banqueting or conferences, then you have to have the ability to organize things and to work with different stakeholders.
Yeah. How does the course fit into banks? Because a lot of the things that we do during the course are finance related. Because you are being trained to work in a business that and any business has to do with finance. So we get accounting, we get innovative entrepreneurship is what it's called. It's in second year. It's quite a hard module, but it's very fun, and it's all about numbers. So looking at a hotel's profits, seeing where things can be improved, and then finding out ways on how to do it. That's that module. But we get a lot of business related subjects as well. So, like I said, accounting, but also organizational behavior, where you learn how companies are structured and how to manage people on the work floor. And those skills all translate really well into also banks or basically or accounting or whichever,
Yeah,
basically just the business industry.
that's really true. Do you have more questions, Kira?
Thank you. Just good questions
Yeah.
so far. Do you want me to move one slide further? Then we can.
Let me see. Yeah, what are the next slides? I think that here is tourism management. Kira, would you like to know something about it? But I think you were mainly interested in hotel management. So maybe we can scroll down to see what we have more to tell about the program. And one more. Next slide. Yes, maybe something about the languages. Yes. As we have told you, you will follow also two languages. One of them is English, and English is offered in the first, second, and the third year, and it really brings you to B1, 2 level. So it's really business English that you are following then, because you are prepared for an international working field. And next to it, you will have to choose one of the three languages we offer, which is French, Spanish, and German. For Spanish, we start at a starters level, and French and German. French, you have to start with the A2.1 level, and German is advanced level. Well, we can compare to the Dutch high school. When you follow French and German at our high school, then it's a smooth shift to where we start actually.
If you're doing your C1 certificate in English, then there is also a chance that you can get exempt from the English subjects. I don't know the exact details about that, but I think it is either C1 or C2. With B2, you're not getting there, but C1 or C2.
Yeah. So it must
Although,
be a higher level than where we end.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, further than B1.2. And well, a small remark with these three languages is that obviously there must be enough attendance for French and German. We most of the time see that these languages are not really popular among our students. Most of the students choose for Spanish. So when we don't have enough students choosing for French and German, then automatically you will have to follow Spanish. So this is one thing that is actually good to know. And next to all the hotel management related modules, you will follow event management in first and second year. And actually, as Melle have told you, you will be trained in really organizing your own event for real clients. In first year, with a little bit of guidance of the teachers and student coaches. And in the second year, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Eileen and Melle, it's more independent and on your own. And well, the events are most of the time a bit complexer than the first year, right?
Very independent.
Yeah,
Very.
yes, very independent.
But that's also what made it fun.
Yeah. Let me show the next slide, please, Melle. Yeah. um, Yeah, well, actually, this brings us a little bit back to where we have started this conversation. We have different forms of classes. On the one hand, we still offer lectures, and lectures is in a bigger classroom where all students of that particular year are together to listen to different theories or to our guest lecturers who we invite from the working field to inspire you. And in the smaller classes, we call it seminars, students work on different assignments and their projects, most of the time in groups. And the lecturers are there to coach, to guide students toward the end result. If we talk about the exams, we have all kind of different exams. Like Melle already told you, and I think that Eileen can confirm for tourism management, we have just few knowledge exams. You can imagine behind the computer, multiple choice questions or open questions, maybe 2 or 1 exam a year. But most of the time, you will work on projects that we get from our working field. Most of the time, you have a real client for whom you are creating an advice or a product or a prototype. So it makes you really experience how it will be in your real job, for example. So, talking for tourism management students, they develop in first year a round trip of 14 days where they really map all elements of a round trip themselves. This is actually really comparable to what you will do if you will work as a travel designer at a tour operator company. Melle, maybe you have another example of hotel management program where you work for a real client.
Yeah, of course. In first year, in the final quarters, at the end of the year, we work with Van der Valk, which is a very big hotel chain in the Netherlands. And then they have a problem, and I think they came to us with two problems. One of them had to do with a new routing for their breakfast hall. I don't know exactly. I didn't do that one. And one was related to food waste in their restaurant. And then you do research, and then from there you write an advisory report, a white paper, so they to advise them on the problem. And a solution, of course.
So you see that it's really gives you a feeling of how the working field works, and already here you gain that experience and right knowledge and skills. Next slide. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
about
this
the internships, yeah, it's interesting to tell, I think, what the possibilities are.
Yeah. So this is these are all connections that we have that Saxion has with different companies. So also, like I said, Booking.com, but I've also heard of friends of mine that went to Ireland who were at a Hilton hotel at a Conrad, so which is very, very luxurious, as in 1,500 euros a night luxurious. I myself, I was at a Radisson hotel, which also is a connection from Saxion. And there's five companies here, but there's hundreds more, hundreds.
Yeah, well, actually, you can do your internship in Europe and South East Asia, Australia. America is a little bit difficult now, but we have also some offerings in Caribbean, Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire. So there is, well, actually a lot to discover and to do. Next slide, please, Melanie. Yeah. Well, this is actually our last slide. The most important is that you grow with us to a young professional that is ready to rock the working field. And well, most of the time I can tell you from my experience when students start in the first year, then I don't recognize them in the last year when I have to tutor them for their final semester. You really become a critical professional, which is really cool to see.
Yeah. Well, a cool example of that is a guy who's in my class now. He was 16 when he started the course. He's 19 now. Um, and when he came in, he was up to here. He was like a very very small guy, baby face, and now when he returned from his internship in second year, he was one meter and 95 centimeters. I don't know how that happened, and he got a 10 on his internship in a five-star hotel in Dubai, where he lived on his own for 6 months.
He went to a sunny country, and then you grow.
Yeah,
Everything's grow under the sun.
yeah. No, he was already growing before that, but still,
Cool.
yeah.
Kira, do you have a feeling of what it is to study hotel management, what it is about? Are there any questions left that we can help you with?
Also, if you want, I can write my email address in the chat, so you can copy that. If you have any more questions, you can just contact me, and then I'll make sure to answer you.
That's a really nice offer.
Yeah, I can also, if you want, I can ask the classmate of mine who's from Slovakia. I still have
Yeah,
to find out which of the two it is, but I can ask her as well if she wants to give you some more information, what it's like to move to the Netherlands after having lived in Slovakia for their entire life. If you want me to do that, I can do that for you. But you can just ask me through email. I will write it here now. So if you have any questions or you want to know anything, just shoot me an email.
yeah, that's nice. So, Kira, you have just to send an email to Melle and he will connect you to the right person. That's nice.
I actually feel really bad that I don't know which of the two it is. One of them is from Slovenia and one is from Slovakia. So now I don't know anymore.
Yeah, and now you have to confess that you don't know because you have to
That
ask
that
about
is
it.
that's the worst part. I don't want to do that, but I'll have to.
Maybe we can help you if you tell us the last name of the girls.
I think one of them is named Hebar, Hebar, and the other one has a last name that I am unable to pronounce.
Probably that would be a East European last name then.
No, but they're both Eastern European, right? So
Both, yeah. But the first one doesn't really sound like that.
Jurčíková is the other one.
Yeah, that would be Slovakia, I think.
Yeah. I have a Slovak friend, and yeah, it would make sense.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Well, Kira already left us.
Yeah.
So yeah, from 8 to 1,
Oh,
guys. That's a good conversion, no?
Yeah.
I think it's a huge investment of time and effort
Yeah.
only
But
for one.
the past years, the numbers of DDDs that I did, I don't think we ever had more than 4 people in it.
No, really.
So,
Digital discovery, they doesn't really seem to be that, at least not for our programs, right?
yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
saw in the list that some others they had like over 30
Yeah,
registrations.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh God.
oh no, she quit the course.
Oh, she
No.
quit the course.
The one
Okay.
from Slovakia quit the course.
Oh, you don't have to connect her with. No. Okay. Well,
No, then I probably won't. Oh
well,
well.
okay.
Yeah, so
That's
this was kind of what we expected, no? That there was
yeah.
almost no one here.
Yeah, no one. Okay, well, I'll let Mark Fink know and also our PR team that this was not a big success. But guys, I really enjoyed doing it with you.
Thank you.
Same.
Likewise.
And I was really happy, Mela, that you were there so you could help out.
It's also supposed to be one hotel management every time, right?
Yeah,
I have multiple more saved.
okay. Well, next time you will do it for us. So I think, Eileen, you probably will be scheduled again, but then do it with a hotel management teacher.
Okay.
And I will be then taking off. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love to do it with you. See you. Bye
Thank you. See you.
bye.
Bye bye.